Hello, Seaside Neighborhood School and Seacoast Collegiate High School families. I am Dr. Tom Miller. If you haven't had a chance to meet, I cannot wait to shake your hand and thank you for being part of our community. I am on the third floor right now in the conference room of our new facility. We just had a great 20 or 30 families came by and blessed the classrooms. It was really wonderful. So thank you for everybody who came out. We still got some final cleanup stuff. We're getting rooms ready, but we are ready for school. At the time of this message, like school starts in exactly 13 hours for our ninth graders here on the campus, and then at our Seaside Neighborhood School, everybody is coming to school. So it's going to be outstanding. So thanks for choosing to maybe listen to this message, and everything that I'm going to talk about is in this email that I've sent as well. But so exciting that this is our 30th year. This is our 30th year of operation. The school opened in the fall of 1996, and our very own Miss Mixon was one of the teachers. So it's so exciting to have individuals, not just like Kim, who are still leading the school, but individuals that are highly engaged in still the strategic moving forward. You got Rosemary Williams and the Davis family and the Bizettes and lots of other board members and folks that have been a part of the school decade after decade. As I continue to say, I feel like we're standing on the shoulders of giants. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for so many board members and so many founding leaders to make all this possible, especially this building that I'm sitting in right now. When I think of Patrick McCarthy and his work and the Glavin family and Nick Vlahos and Shannon Widman and Ray Goff and all the board chairs and officers from the past couple of years. And I know I'm leaving off a few, but thank you all who have served on the board in the last 5 years or the foundation. Without you, this definitely would not have been possible. So you can see the students are very excited. The ones who have been able to have a chance to walk into some of the classrooms and whether they are helping us move in furniture or move out trash, you can see that they're very, very excited. So we are excited for them as well, especially the college students who get to open this, building next to us 2 weeks from tomorrow, or 1 week from tomorrow, actually, 1 week, August 18th. So state-of-the-art equipment in both, facilities, and we're going to continue to actually grow it here. So our middle spaces in this, building are going to have an innovation lab and an entrepreneur center as well. So we're still finalizing all of the furniture purchases and equipment purchases for those. But for the first time in the school's history, this in 12 years in the making, because Seacoast Collegiate High School opened up in 2013. This will be the first time that all four grade levels are being served on the same campus. So that is too very exciting. So we're extremely proud of our 67 seniors. Most of them are who are on track to graduate, not just with their high school diploma, but their associate's degree. They are going to be integral and leaders on our campus. And we're excited that most of them will be on campus tomorrow morning to greet our new incoming freshmen. So that'll be a new tradition that we have now here. And we've got 165 or more first year Seaside School students. So some of you might be, siblings, younger siblings, but many of you, over 100, are brand new at our school. So we're so excited for you to be part of our community. And our mission guides every decision we make, right? And we seek to sustain an educational community where an emphasis on academic excellence is complemented by our concern for each learner's personal growth, their intellectual, aesthetic, and psychological development. And we have lots of new programs, this year. And we, our main commitment, I'm all about safety. I'm constantly focusing on safety. I know both Kim and Drew also are on their campuses, and but safety, well-being, and respect is going to be a very significant, charge for us, this year. The safety for the student is the highest priority, and I believe that students cannot learn if they don't believe that they are safe, not just in a physical sense, but in an emotional sense. And that goes the same for the adults as well. So with this, you have access here, and we ask that you go through as a parent the Fortify Florida trainings. Your student will also go through the trainings this week. So there's some information in the email for you to go through the training and to read through the PowerPoint slide. But we continuously work on safety. We have our threat assessments team. We are, doing daily walkthroughs with this brand new campus. Obviously, we will spend lots of time looking for every, nook and cranny, and also as a brand new build, right? There's always going to be little things that may not be where we want them. So that'll be important for all of our administrative team to be continuously walking the halls, the stairs, in all areas of the building. Plus, right, with this being a campus that will be accessible to college students and general public members next door to us, that'll be even more of a reason for us to continue to wear our badge, get to know our students, know who's here, and really build in those safety protocols and procedures that are critical. So just safety is really important. I can't, stress it enough. So please, if you come on campus, bring your license. Never be intimidated or upset because we ask maybe who you are or why you're on campus. Right? We have an when kids are on our campus or in our care, like they are our responsibility, and we will stop at nothing to keep them safe. So next, talking about our core values, which are the building blocks to our excellence. And here at Seaside School, our core values, they're not just words, right? They're not just on a wall. They're how we work together as a school community every single day. And they build on top of each other for the ultimate goal. And that's high performing academics, college and career ready. I mean, what we really want is our goal is for every single student to be equipped for their next path, whatever they choose, right? Whether they go to a different high school or when they graduate from us, high school wise, whatever college or university that they choose, or if they want to start a business, we want to give them opportunities to have experienced that and be successful and feel very confident and clear that they can be, do that. So, but that doesn't happen, right? If you don't have a safe campus. So we start with safety. From there, we build culture, and the strong culture sets the opportunity for a engaging student experience, one that feels safe and I can experiment, I can try, right? I can try new things, I can discover brand new passions. I mean, if you think about now between, we've got theater, drama, we have the physical art, we have, digital art, we have our rock band. We have incredible STEM, programming. We're going to continue to build on our engineering and our robotics. And rockets eventually, and now cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence, and still continue to have strong core language arts and math and history. I mean, being a strong citizen is really what we stand for. So there's so much. It doesn't happen in a toxic culture, right? Nothing grows in negativity. And so, when safety, culture, and experiences are in place, like we get to that learning, and that's what we want, right? And we know that there's no capacity to anybody's learning. Kids will have opportunities to grow. And when I say kids, that's adolescents and young adults, and they'll be given opportunities to grow and go as far as they want while they're here. So, part of the Seaside Way is also how we handle questions and concerns, right? So if you hear or feel something that doesn't sit right with you, like I ask that you first directly connect with your child's teacher, right? Just say, hey, just would love to set up a meeting or a phone call, right? Or the building principal, or myself if needed. But those would be your three channels. I've just learned in my 20 some years in education that there's different perspectives all the time and a different point of views. And as a father of two kids in this school, like of course I'm always going to believe my children, right? And that's my job, is to protect them, right? But there's also other sides of the story. So we're going to do, better at making sure we're communicating ahead of time, that we're staying consistent with our, processes. But there's always going to be situations where maybe there's a story in the head of a student or of a parent because something happened. So please, right, let's shovel the pile when it's small. Let's say, hey, And I put my cell phone, number in here. It's in the email. You can have it. You can text me and tell me who you are, so I'll know if you call or text that there, was an issue. But I would just always ask, because I'm going to ask you, have you spoken to the teacher or the building principal first? So, this is the Seaside Way. It's a shared commitment of support, and a goal towards excellence. Okay, and a whole goal is to give our students the strongest possible foundation for success. Right? We're here. Right? We're here because we care about your son or daughter. So vision forward. Right? We aim to be the world's premier public educational institution. It's great that we're top in the area, and we're really high in the state of Florida. But like for me, like we're just kind of scratching the surface. We can do so much more here and create so much more impact, not just for our kids, but for other kids that we're not actually touching. I feel like so that's kind of as we move through this high school and we start to, you know envision the middle school over the next couple of years. What are some shifts there, and then how do we start to really impact students that don't get a chance to be a part of the Seaside School? There's this year there will end with over probably 500 students on our wait list, 300 in the middle school and over 100 at the high school for sure. So we want to continually to grow ourselves, and to be that model school where other schools can come and visit us and see what we're doing, and we can learn from them and they can learn from us. And that's going to be a big piece, right? But we want to equip students in those critical life skills and to be confident to achieve their highest aspirations and turn that dream into a reality, whatever that may be. So this year we're going to really focus on these 4 bullets. We're going to strengthen school culture on both of our campuses in the areas of respect, responsibility, and care. We're going to daily, as best as we can, provide a world-class learning experience on both of our campus with a focus on innovation in STEM, arts, athletics, and self-leadership. Leverage this one, a campus high school model to increase collaboration is going to be a big shift in having juniors and seniors available to us on a daily basis to run clubs, to tutor, to lead initiatives on our campus. So this is going to give programmatic depth and student leadership opportunities, in addition to community partnerships that we've never had the opportunity for because our students were at Niceville. And then maintain a learning environment where every student feels challenged, supported, inspired, and most importantly, safe. And so key changes, we've got some new support staff. I sent an email out maybe 2 weeks ago with our expanded counseling team, our academic teams, technology, community relations, administrative support. I think we have 14 new employees at our school this year, which is a little less than a third of our staff is brand new. School-wide cell phone and smartwatch policies. It's designed right to improve focus, connection, and engagement in learning. And we, if you're reading anything about the impact of cell phones and devices on our adolescents and our young adults, it's creating this anxious generation that they're talking about, but it's the same habit for adults now, and so we want to really create safety, safe place, and your principals have a plan on both of the campuses of how and where cell phones could be used in a meaningful and purposeful way, but it won't be in a classroom. It won't be in a classroom. There's been adjustments to the middle school discipline matrix just to create a little bit more consistency, clarity and fair expectations for, behavior. So check that out. It's in your student handbook. And then a school-wide literacy and comprehension focus. I believe every teacher, every adult in our building is a reading comprehension teacher, where we all should be modeling and helping students learn stronger comprehension skills. Because to be great in science, I have to understand how to read and comprehend, or at least listen and comprehend, all those pieces, and math and history. It's all those pieces, and communication is the number one skill required for professional advancement. And so we want to make sure, right, that not only can a student take on information and comprehend it, but then how they communicate it back out. So that's going to be a big push for us this year on both campuses. Great opportunities for family engagement and volunteering. So first, thanks for choosing the Seaside School. You're choosing a charter school, which is a school of choice. Okay, so I already know that your family is making sacrifices to be part of our school. So that might be, right, you may have to drive them to campus, right? We have some, challenges at times for like the pickup. It's still nowhere as bad as the pickups of most of the middle school and elementary schools in the county. I drive past those car lines and I wonder how long those people wait. You bring lunch, you send lunch every day. So we know, right? I already know that you're engaged because you said yes to our school. And we appreciate that. We appreciate your, trust. We do ask that every family contributes at least 20 volunteer hours. I'm going to challenge every family to do 30 hours this year because it's our 30th year of operation. And I know many of you probably do 300 or 3,000 hours maybe throughout the year. And we've got some great opportunities and some gifts this year for our folks that hit those number. So, but your time and your involvement make a direct impact on our student success, direct impact. Okay, so be sure you saved a date. The Seaside School Race. This is, in my mind, a non-negotiable for everybody. This is the most important fundraiser and community event we do all year. Last year we had over 4,000 participants for our race, and another 1,000 volunteers on race day, and thousands leading up to that. But it's February 13th through the 15th, and we've already started all that planning for that to happen again next year. So we ask that you are either participating in the race or you're volunteering to make sure that the race goes well, or you're doing both. And we're always looking to build succession planning with our race leaders. And so we've had incredible families over the years work registration. They've worked the road crew. They've worked a water crew. So we are looking for new volunteer parents to help with those initiatives and to learn from those previous leaders, so we can continue to build succession planning there. So you can either email me, reply to that, or go to the Seaside School Race webpage to be a part of that. But here's what we ask. On top of that, read the weekly newsletters. Okay, so every Friday you're going to get a newsletter from each school's front office. And then every Sunday, you're going to get a week of update. And this is going to give you almost an hour by hour view of the school's events. Okay, so these are two critical emails that you'll get. And then check your child's grade book. You may not want to have it on your notifications. I learned that maybe the hard way every time a grade comes through, but you want to be checking that often, right? If not every day, maybe every other day, to make sure that your son or daughter's up to date with their work, or if they didn't do well on one assignment, right? What can we do to help them, because we don't want the gap to grow. But keeping track of your child's academic progress is a big part of our parent engagement. And we love when you're on campus. We love when you're on campus for our events, and you'll learn about the events in the week of in the newsletter. And then for the parents of dual enrollment college students, it's really critical that you monitor grades. Now, we don't have access to your son or daughter's grades, right? Because they're college students. So this is where you, right, need to kind of make a deal and gain access, because it's critically important that they maintain their GPA to stay in the school. It hurts my heart when we lose students at any time, but it really hurts my heart when we lose an upperclassman because their grade point average fell below the college's requirement of a 3.0. Now, we have hired additional staff to help you. We've got college tutors. We've got a college and career advisor now. Like, please take advantage of that opportunity. So your engagement, both at school and at home, it's the cornerstone for our school's success. And all together, we can make the school so much stronger. Celebrating service, we need, first of all, thank you, Dr. Lindsay Hoppe. You have served as our school's parent liaison for years, and I can't thank you enough. But we do need a new school-wide parent liaison, and their role. This is a required by the state of Florida law that every school has one, and it's to help to make sure that the parents are being informed, that there's transparency. They can assist with questions and concerns, or help even resolve disputes. And that's never our goal. That's why I said we want to make sure that we address problems very, very quickly. But if you want to reply to this email, if you're interested in taking on that role, we would love to have you. Last couple pieces, support of our mission-based programs. Now, for 30 years, our school has been blessed by generosity of the community through your time, through your talents, and through the treasures. We would not be able to maintain our small middle school class size. We would not be able to have school the way we have it down in the town of Seaside if it wasn't for the race, and for events like the Glavine Field of Dreams event, which is on October 13th. We hope you sign up. Major gift donations, right? Community grants, regional grants, and just the tens of thousands of hours. Like, we couldn't survive. We couldn't do what we do if it wasn't for that piece. And so this year, like, we've moved away from the annual fund, and what we're doing is we're allowing you to earmark your donations towards our STEM programs, our art program, our rock band, Animation Shake, Dream Big, all the things that we do, athletics, everything we do outside of the normal school day. There's an opportunity for you to create impact. So whether it's you, or maybe your company, or the company you work for, like, we would love to build those partnerships. So there's a link in the email if you want to learn more about that. So, all right. Thank you so much. School's going to start in like less than 12 hours. So here's to making our 30th year our best year, filled with growth and lasting memories. I thank you so much for your trust and your partnership and your commitment to us. I don't take this job lightly, and I know that it wouldn't be an opportunity for me if you didn't say yes. So I look forward to meeting you if I haven't met you yet, or I look forward to hearing updates on hopefully the positive things that are happening. So I'll see you in the morning in the car lines. Bye-bye.